right a little bit. I'm gonna have to cross, okay? I cannot come on this.
So the chapter began with Arjuna's question. If self-knowledge or Atma-jnanam is superior to action, why are you asking me to perform this terrible action called war? You should tell me to go to a guru and gain self-knowledge. Where is the need for this action? That's the question. So Sri Krishna in reply said, he gives the whole picture. He did not say do this, do that. He gives the whole picture. He says there are two types of lifestyles. One lifestyle is specially suited for the practice of Karma Yoga, and another lifestyle is specially suited for the practice of Jnana Yoga. Then in verse numbers 4 to 6, he made it very clear that giving up karma is not a choice for you. Giving up action is not a choice for you. And just by giving up action, you don't gain moksha. So just forget about giving up karma. That is the. And if you give up karma without purifying your mind, you will become a hypocrite. That was the message from 4 to 6. So what is the solution then? Perform actions. But then performing actions has its own problems, as we saw in the morning. So Sri Krishna says, yes, perform actions, but with certain rules. And what are the two rules he gives in verse number 7? He says, Indriyani manasa niyamya. Keep your sense organs under the control of the mind. That is self-discipline. And secondly, he says, asaktaha. Asaktaha means readiness to receive any result of karma, meaning karma phala. Meaning, whatever comes to us in life is nothing but karma phala. So we have an attitude of acceptance. Life keeps on giving us karma phala. Whatever the world gives us is nothing but the result of our own actions. So have an attitude of acceptance, not insistence. The small children are very insistent, isn't it? But as they grow up, that insistence reduces, at least in some matters. So in the same way, when we don't know the total picture, we are very insistent that things should happen only this way, that way. But when our vision becomes broader, we have a more accepting attitude. That is the message, asaktaha. So no reactions, just accept and be happy and try to improve the situation. That doesn't mean you should not try to improve or anything. Go on trying to improve, but at least accept first and then try to change or improve. So in the 8th verse, from verse numbers 8 to 16, Sri Krishna gives 4 different attitudes which we can adopt when we are doing actions. 4 different attitudes. The first attitude is given in verse number 8. He says, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam. Niyata karma means duty, prescribed duties. We saw there are 5 different types of actions: Nitya karma, Naimitika karma, Kamya karma, Nishiddha karma, Prayashchitta karma. So here he is referring to Nitya and Naimitika karma, daily duties and occasional duties. So that is called Niyata karma. It is prescribed for everyone. So actually this is more traditional language, this is called Varnashrama Dharma. Varna means occupation, ashrama means stage of life, like brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, that's a stage of life. Varna means occupation, engineer, scientist, housewife, different occupations are there. So according to every occupation and every stage of life, every person has a duty. So perform that duty. That is the attitude. So God has placed you in that particular position. See, long back Swami Chinmayananji, Pujya Gurudev had come to Indranagar many years ago. So I had gone there after my office hours, and during that discourse that day, there is a discourse, and during that discourse, he said a very important statement. You know what he said? He said, the Lord in His wisdom has placed each one of you in the exact circumstances you require to grow. The Lord in His wisdom has placed each one of you in the exact circumstances you require to grow. So each one of us is put in a particular position, and according to the position we have certain duties. So perform those duties sincerely as a commandment of the Lord. So this is the attitude of duty and obedience. Now there is a problem in this, because sometimes the duties are not very pleasant. You don't like those duties. Duties can be quite uncomfortable also or unpleasant. So how to perform those duties? So Tejomayanji gives an example. Milk, plain milk is boring to drink, isn't it? So what do? You add something to the milk, some sugar or Bournvita or something like that you add. Then it becomes drinkable, isn't it? So similarly, duty by itself may become boring or mechanical, something. You don't feel like doing it. So add something to it. What can we add? Sugar. Like adding sugar to milk. You can add love. When you do actions with love, then the duty doesn't become boring. So how can we add love? Whom should we love? How to love? That is given in the next shloka. Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara yajnartha See, Pujya Gurudev used to say, if you remember this one sentence, that's enough actually. One sentence which I am going to tell now, that's enough. You can go home after this class if you want. He says, what you have is God's gift to you, and what you do with what you have is your gift to God. If you take this one sentence seriously, it can make our lives very happy. Meaning this attitude, what you have is God's gift to you, and what you do with what you have is your gift to God. So if you live in this world and perform actions with this attitude, there's no problem at all. You'll always be happy. So this is called Yajna Bhava or Yajna spirit. Pujya Gurudev always used to say, live your life in the Yajna spirit. So what is this Yajna spirit? What does Yajna mean? Here, Yajnarthat karmanaha anyatra. So what is this Yajnartha karma? So Shankaracharya, while explaining this verse, he says, Yajna is one of the names of the Lord. In Vishnu Sahasranam, one of the names of Vishnu is Yajna. So Yajnartham karma means work or actions performed for the Lord, as an offering to the Lord or as a worship of the Lord. So when you perform actions as a worship of the Lord, then that action becomes Yajna. So Yajna is the name of the Lord, and And also when you perform actions for the Lord, as an offering to the Lord, then it becomes yajna. And what is the speciality in offering actions to the Lord? Because Lord represents the totality. He is not some individual sitting in some corner. He represents the totality. So when we perform actions with yajna bhava, we are serving the totality. The totality benefits from our action. The whole society will benefit from our action. So, yajnarthat karmana anyatra. Sri Krishna says, without the spirit of this yajna bhava, when you perform actions, there will be karma bandhana. Meaning work becomes a bondage. Karma bandhana means two things. One, you don't enjoy the karma because you are interested only in the karma phala. So let's say, I'll give you a very gross example. A person is working in an office, so 30 days in a month he works, and he is happy only on the day 1, because day 1 he gets his salary, or 30th he gets his salary. Other days he is not happy, but he does everything. He is doing work, no doubt, the 30 days, but he is happy only on 30th or 1st because he is getting his salary. So he is not enjoying his work. He is not enjoying his work, but he is doing everything. Is that a desirable state of affairs? No. So he says that is bandhana, bondage. And moreover, the karma bandhana also means when the karma phala comes, your mind reacts. When the karma phala comes, your mind reacts. Meaning I should have got, suppose he is getting some reasonable salary. Then you compare his salary with others and say, oh, he is getting more salary, he does less work. I can do more work, I should get more salary. Not like that. Or if he is getting very high salary, he becomes very proud. Like that he goes on reacting to the karma phala. Karma phala produces reactions in the mind. So when you do actions without the yajna spirit, meaning the attitude of offering to the Lord, the attitude of worship of the Lord, meaning let the totality benefit. I am a part of the totality, let the totality benefit from this action. With that attitude, when you work, there will be no karma bandhana, because you will enjoy the action. You are doing it for God whom you love, so you will love the action also. And you are doing something for somebody whom you love, then the action is not a burden, isn't it? Because you are doing it, let's say you are doing something for your close friend. You don't feel it is a burden because you love your friend. Even though the work may be difficult, but you love your friend, so you don't feel it is difficult. Even if you have to travel far, let's say you have to travel from one end of Bangalore to another end of Bangalore to meet somebody who has come from some other city, some close friend has come. You don't feel it's a long distance because that person is very dear to you. So when you love somebody and you do something for that person, you don't feel it as a burden. There is no karma bandhana. You don't feel it as a bandhana or burden. And you are very happy throughout the action, after the action, before the action, you are happy. You do it lovingly, happily, joyfully. So that is called yajna spirit. So yajna has been defined in various ways. Gurudev puts it this way. Gurudev defines yajna in this way. Gurudev says yajna is a cooperative endeavor by a group of people for the benefit of the many. I'll give you an example. See, Chinmaya Mission regularly conducts what we call Geeta, Jnana, Yajnas. You might have heard about it. It's a 1-week program, and in that 1-week program, one Swamiji will give discourses on a topic, Bhagavad Gita or any other topic. And let's say 500 people attend. If Brahmaji's talks about 500,000 people may attend. And about 20 people work hard for the yajna, organizing, publicity, fund collection and all that. So 20 people work hard for the success of the yajna, and 500 people benefit from the yajna. So yajna is defined as a cooperative endeavor by a group of people for the benefit of the many. So in that cooperative endeavor, there is no ego, there is no selfishness. They happily give their time, energy, resources for the success of the project. They happily give their time, energy and resources for the success of the project. So there is no tension, there is no, suppose the yajna doesn't come out okay, it's okay. And we are doing, and In Yajna spirit, another point is, suppose the external work doesn't succeed due to some reason, but they have worked sincerely, there is internal growth. The internal growth is always the benefit in Yajna. Externally, the work may fail, the work may succeed, something may happen, but internally there is always the benefit. It's in Karma Yoga, the work may succeed, the work may fail, the work may come out properly or not. Sometimes you know what happens? We organize a yajna, Geeta yajna by some Swamiji, and then it starts raining. So the yajna is as though washed out, only few people come. But they have worked sincerely, so that benefit is there. What is the benefit? Inner growth, inner purification, inner expansion has taken place. That is the benefit of performing actions with yajna spirit. So yajna is an action where an individual sacrifices for the benefit of the many. For example, a scientist works hard. Let's say, you know the life of Marie Curie. How do you pronounce that? Marie Curie, they say. So, that husband and wife team, they worked for 4 years in a shed. They worked for 4 years in a shed without any facilities, and they discovered that element called radium. Now radium is being used in so many ways, in cancer treatment and other things. But 4 years they have done tapas. For whom? For the sake of society. They didn't get any personal benefit. They never had any personal benefit in view. 4 years they did stringent tapas, and the result was the discovered radium which benefited the whole world. Such actions are called yajna. So Gurudev says and Bhagavad Gita says, perform all your actions in this with this attitude, with this yajna attitude. Then not only you grow, the work also comes out beautifully, the whole society benefits from your action. So that is the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. So he says, if you don't have this yajna spirit, then the ego will rise, the selfishness will come, and then all fighting will start, all mental peace is disturbed. Once the ego rises, selfishness rises, it will always be fighting you. You lose your mental peace. So that is called karma bandhana. So tadartam means yajnartam. Here yajna has two meanings. Yajna means Lord, Vishnu, or any just Lord as such. And yajna also means an action done for the sake of the Lord, as an offering to the Lord. Tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So this verse has many points to be pondered upon. He says mukta sangha. Just now we saw in the earlier verse asakta. Here also same meaning. Mukta sangha means readiness to receive any result. As I said, we may organize a yajna expecting 500 people to come for the pravachan. Only 50 turn up due to various reasons. It's okay. I don't mind. We have done our job. We have done it as an offering to God. Only 50 turn up, we'll find out what's wrong and next time we'll correct it. So Mukta Sangha means readiness to receive any result. Or you can put it this way also. My happiness is not dependent on the result of the action. My happiness is not dependent on the result of the action. If it comes out well, fine. If it doesn't come out well, that's also fine. It's the will of the Lord. There are many reasons for that. We don't know each and every reason. Gurudev used to say, for every tear, for every smile, there is a reason. And He knows the reason. So for everything we cannot search for the reason. There is some reason for everything. Nothing happens without the reason. As much we understand, accept situations and people or whatever comes to us, that's enough to keep the mind calm. Most important is keep the mind calm, keep smiling and go on performing actions. That is the most important point here. Tadartam means yajnartam, ishwarartam, karma kaunteya, mukta sangha, samachara. The word samachara is also very important. Samyak achara. Samyak means do it well. Achara means do it. Samyak means do it well, efficiently. Not just efficiently, as an offering to the Lord with love. And Gurudev always used to say, let your mind be where your hands are. It's very easy to say that, but when you try to put it in practice, you find it's not easy. Let your mind be where your hands are. Now some of you here, your minds may be in Bangalore or Hubli or somewhere. 50% of the mind, I don't say full. 50% of the mind may be in Hubli now. You are thinking of your mother or father or brother or somebody. So it's very easily said but not easy to practice. Let your mind be where your hands are. So samachara implies let your mind be where your hands are. Do your work as an offering with love. And another point that I am going to tell you is yajna bhava means working with the spirit of gratitude to the Lord. Just make a note. When you perform your duty with a sense of gratitude to the Lord, that is yajna. So you may ask, why should we be grateful? What is there to be grateful about? In fact, Lord has cheated me. Lord has been unjust to me. That's how many people criticize God. God has cheated me. God has not given me what is due to me. Many people have a big list of complaints about God. So, Sri Krishna is saying, change your attitude. Be grateful for what you have. Just now we said, what I have is God's gift to me. What I do with what I have is my gift to God. So the next verse we'll see that what are the things we should be grateful for. So we'll go to the next verse. Saha yajna praja srishtva Gurovacha prajapatihi Anena prasavishyadvam Yeshavostvishtakamadugam Devan bhavayatanena Deva bhavayantu vaha Parasparam bhavayantaha Shreya paramavapsyatha. Together, saha yajna Eshavostvishta Devan Shreya. Sri Krishna is saying this is not a new teaching I am giving today. To Arjuna is saying, this is not something new I am telling you today. This has been already given in the Vedas. At the beginning of creation, the Vedas were given out, and this teaching is there in the Vedas, the yajnas. The concept of yajna is already there in the Vedas. Saha yajna praja srishtva. Srishtva means at the time of creation. Praja, this especially refers to human beings. Saha yajna, yajna sahita. So this concept of yajna was given out in the Vedas, Pura, at the time of creation. Prajapati. Prajapati here refers to Srishtikarta Brahma, Brahmaji. So the creator, Anena prasavishyatvam. So the creator told the people, Anena means with this yajna concept, living with this yajna attitude, prasavishyatvam. Prasava means utpatti, producing. Meaning producing children, producing wealth, producing all sorts of prosperity, health, wealth, children, everything is produced by this yajna attitude. Eshaha vaha astu ishtakamadhuk. Ishtakamadhuk means whatever desires you have will be fulfilled through this yajna attitude. There will be prosperity everywhere. See, for society to progress, there should be two things. One is abhyudaya and another is nishreyas. Abhyudaya means material prosperity. Nishreyas means spiritual growth. Or we can put it as outer growth and inner growth. So outer growth is important. See, suppose we don't have this all this system, electrical system, mic, everything. Can we conduct this program? So outer prosperity is very much important, outer facilities, abhyudaya, prosperity is required. But the purpose of this program is inner growth, nishreyas. So inner growth and outer prosperity, both are important. And Sri Krishna says, if you have this yajna attitude in life, you will get both. Inner growth is also going to take place. If you don't have this yajna attitude, you may or may not have some external growth, but you will have no inner growth. Your inner condition will go from bad to worse because you are reacting all the time. Mental reactions destroy the inner peace of mind. So if you have this yajna attitude, you will always keep smiling, do your work with joy as a worship of the Lord, and there will be harmony in society, harmony in the family, harmony in all units of society. So anena means yajnena, prasava, prasava means utpatti, production of various things. Wo ishta kamaduk, you must have heard of kamadhenu, the celestial cow. So the celestial cow gives whatever you ask for. So this yajna is like that kamadhenu. So if everybody in a family, everybody in a factory, everybody in an office works with yajna bhava, the factory will prosper, the office will prosper, the family will prosper in both ways. Outer growth, inner growth. Abhyudaya, nishreyas. Both are very important. So, devan bhavayata anena. When you live with this yajna spirit, you are worshipping the devatas. Who are these devatas? Devatas in our Hindu culture, in the Indian philosophy, Hindu philosophy, they are conscious, intelligent beings who govern the various forces of nature. So according to our philosophy, everything is governed by one devata. Eyes have a devata, ears have a devata, mind has a devata. All the powers in nature are all ruled by devatas. Conscious, intelligent beings who perform various activities. So devan bhavayata. Bhavayata means pujayata. You worship the devatas, the devatas will bless you. See, suppose you please a person, let's say anybody, friend or elderly person. Suppose you want to get some work done by some elderly person in your family. How will you do it? You know how to do it. How do? You please that person by some seva, by some offering, by being obedient. And that person is pleased, he will bless you with whatever you want. And that person is displeased, he will not give what you want. Isn't it? If you want to get some help from a friend, first you have to help that friend in some way, please that person in some way. Then that friend will do anything for you. So in the same way, the forces in nature will bless you when you respect the forces in nature. When you serve society, society will bless you. When you respect nature, nature will bless you. That's what he says. When you serve God, God will bless you with whatever you need. So, parasparam bhavayantaha. Underline that, those two words. Parasparam bhavayantaha. This is the secret to happy relationships, happy coexistence. Parasparam, mutual, bhavayantaha, respecting, serving each other. When there is mutual respect, mutual love, mutual service, every relationship will flourish. See, in life we have to learn many things, but one thing we should learn is the art of relationship. Because whole life, as one philosopher put it, is a movement in relationship. J. Krishnamurti used to say, life is a movement in relationship. We are related to nature, we are related to people, we are related to objects, we are related to God, we are related to Guru. So one should know how to have beautiful relationships with all these factors. So the best way to improve relationship is parasparam bhavayantaha. Respect each other, serve each other, try to make each other happy. The relationship will flourish. If you don't respect each other, if you don't try to make each other happy, the relationship will go from bad to worse. The problem with many relationships, they don't know the secret. Parasparam bhavayantaha. You please the devatas will bless you. You respect nature, nature will bless you. You serve God, God will bless you. Serve the Guru will bless you. So, parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyata. by living in this manner, you will get not only material prosperity, but Shreyas also. Param Shreyas means spiritual growth and spiritual liberation also, the ultimate goal of life. So you get everything through this yajna attitude. Then he gives a warning in verse number 12. Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha taidattana pradayebhyaha yo bhunte stena eva saha ishtan bhogan hi vo. As I said before, yajna means performing actions with the spirit of gratitude. So, what is there to be grateful about? See, the Shastras say we have 5 debts. Debt means when you take money from a person, you have to give back that money. That's called debt, isn't it? D-E-B-T, debt, runa. So we have 5 runas to repay. The moment you are born, as you grow, you have to repay these 5 debts to various sources. Which are the 5 debts? He says Devaruna. Devaruna means you have been blessed by God and various forces in nature. You are taking the benefit from them. For example, rain. So the rain God is blessing you. Varuna Devata is blessing you. All the Devatas are blessing us all the time. So we have to repay the debt. Then Bhutaruna. Bhutaruna means so many creatures are blessing you all the time, including plants and all the plant kingdom, elements of the plant kingdom, animal kingdom. So many creatures, insects, they are all blessing us in various ways. Because of them we are able to live properly. So Bhutaruna. Then there is Manushyaruna. Manushyaruna means I am able to live because of the hard work of so many people. For example, when I go by bus from here to some place, who is driving the bus? The driver. And suppose it's night bus. So for my sake, he keeps awake the whole night. He keeps awake the whole night for my sake, isn't it? I just sleep. I sleep soundly, but he gives up his sleep for my sake. So am I not indebted to him? Like that, when we think deeply, we have so many debts to pay to so many people. We are taking the help of so many people to live. So that is called Manushya Runa. Then Pitra Runa, what we owe to the parents, elders of the family. Pitra Runa. And Brahma Yajna, Rishi Runa. Rishi Runa means, see, what are we studying now? Bhagavad Gita. Who gave this Gita to us? Vyasa has written this Gita for our sake. He put the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna in this form. And we are benefiting even after 5,000 years we are studying. And even after another 5,000 years people will go on studying and taking the benefit. Gurudev used to say, the Bhagavad Gita is a handbook for daily living. So it helps everyone. It's a guide for daily living. So we are taking the benefit of the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, and Ramayana, so many scriptures. So given to us by rishis and great men. That is called Rishi Runa. Now to repay each runa, each debt, you have to perform 5 yajnas. What are the 5 yajnas? Deva yajna to repay Deva Runa. Brahma yajna to repay Rishi Runa. Manushya yajna. What is Manushya yajna? Manushya yajna means whenever we get a chance to serve somebody, do it happily. Whenever you get a chance to serve somebody, it may be a small service or a big service, whatever your capacity is, don't go beyond your capacity, but do whatever you can happily. That is Manushya Yajna. Pitri Yajna, obey your parents, serve them whenever you get a chance to serve them. Have that attitude of serving. And Brahma Yajna means I study the scriptures that the rishis have given me and I try to live according to the teachings in the scriptures. And I help those who are propagating the scriptures. That is Brahma Yajna. Like suppose we have a Geeta Gnana Yajna in Bangalore. Now, the person who is speaking on the Geeta Gnana Yajna will be a Swamiji. Somebody will give money, somebody will give time, somebody will give efforts. But everybody is participating in that Yajna, that Brahma Yajna. So these 5 yajnas we have to do throughout life. It is everybody's duty. And only our life is fulfilled. So Sri Krishna says, if you simply go on taking from society, from people, without giving anything in return, you are a thief. The word stena is used. Stena eva saha. Stena means thief. Who is a thief? A thief is, suppose you go to a shop and you take something from the shop and you pay. Then you are not a thief because you are paying something in return. But suppose you take without paying back something, then you are a thief. So when we take all these benefits from society, from nature, from God, from the devatas, and don't even think of paying back in return, then we are thieves. So Krishna uses a very strong word. So at least whatever is possible, you try to pay back. And also try to share whatever you have with others. Whatever you have, try to share with others. Try to pay back to society in some form or the other. Try to pay back to nature in some form or the other. Then the account is closed. But taking and giving is continuous process. We have to take, we have to give. It's a never-ending process. That is life. Life is not just taking, life is not just giving. Both are there. And you cannot say, I will only take, I will only give, I won't take. Nobody can say that. You have to take, but you have to give also as much as we can. Whatever is possible from our side. At least we should have the attitude of giving. That's all Sri Krishna says. So, verse number 9 to 12 is focused on Yajna spirit, Yajna bhavana. Now, in the 13th verse, also he talks about Yajna, but with a little change of attitude. The 13th verse is talking about the third attitude. What is the third attitude? Yajna shishtashinas santaha Mujyante sarva kilbishaihi Punjate te tvagam papaha Vachantyatmakarana Yajna shishtashinas So in this verse, there is a slight shift. What is the shift? He says, you can have this attitude also while performing actions. This attitude is, see, a person may say, my goal is moksha. Everybody will not say that. Suppose a person says, my goal is moksha, freedom from sorrow, freedom from limitations, freedom from pain. That is my goal in life. Now what is the requirement for that moksha? For that moksha, the requirement is Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge. But to gain self-knowledge, you have to go to a guru and receive the teaching. Now to go to a guru and receive the teaching effectively, my mind has to be pure. My mind should be free from likes, dislikes, kama, krodha and all that. But for my mind to be pure, first I have to perform karma yoga with the right attitude. Then only the mind becomes pure. So, this person says, I am performing actions, I am performing my duties with this attitude of yoga because I want my mind to be pure. With that pure mind, I want to go to a guru and receive the self-knowledge and become free. So this is my attitude. So this is the attitude. Third attitude, I look upon all actions as a means to purification which will lead me to moksha. You can have this attitude also. Earlier to where God has put me here, I I am his servant, I have to obey his command. The second attitude was the attitude of gratitude or worship. God, whatever I do is my loving worship of the Lord or my expression of loving gratitude. The third attitude is whatever I am doing is for inner purification, which will lead me to self-knowledge, which will lead me to moksha. The third attitude. So, yajna shishta ashinaha. Yajna shishta means what remains after yajna. What remains after yajna is called yajna shishta. So, you perform an action with the spirit of yajna, meaning as an offering to the Lord. Then what you get after that is called yajna shishta, like prasada. So, yajna shishta means prasada. So, one who takes prasada, prasada is taken only after puja. If you perform your action as puja, then what you get is prasada. I'll give you an example. Suppose a person is working in an office. 30 days he works and he does that work as a puja. Whatever work he is doing, say accounts. He is an accountant in some office. So many people think that if you are working in an office, staying at home, we can't do any spiritual sadhana. Nothing like that. Any work can be converted into spiritual sadhana. So he is working as an accountant in an office and every day he works. This work that I am doing is my worship of the Lord. Through this action I am worshipping the Lord. He doesn't say I am just working for a salary. No. This is my worship of the Lord or this is my service to society. Then at the end of the month he gets a salary. That is yajna shishta, prasada. Whatever he was doing was yajna. What he gets as a salary is yajna shishta. It can be, this principle can be applied in business also. And as a housewife can also apply this. Anybody in any field can apply this principle. Whatever I am doing is a yajna for the sake of the nation. Suppose a patriot, Deshabhakt says, I am doing everything for the nation. And whatever I get is the blessing of the Lord because I am serving the nation. So I take it as prasada. So here, prasada buddhi. So, yajna shishta means prasada. Yajna shishta ashina sandaha muchyante sarva kilvishai. When you accept whatever comes to you in life with prasada buddhi, the mind becomes purer and purer day by day. Kilvisha means impurity. Impurity means likes and dislikes. Kama, krodha, raga, tvesha. So, if you don't have this prasada buddhi, the mind goes on reacting. Likes and dislikes increase. The mind becomes more and more impure. The sign of an impure mind is there is no peace of mind. Always remember this. If my mind is not peaceful, the reason is the mind is not pure. Purer the mind, more the peace of mind. If you have likes and dislikes, jealousy and all these negative emotions in the mind cannot be peaceful. So, sarva kilvishai, the mind is free from all impurities because of this prasada buddhi. So, two attitudes are involved in karma yoga or yajna bhava. One is Ishwararpana buddhi, second one is prasada buddhi. Make a note of this. Two aspects of karma yoga. One is Ishwararpana buddhi while performing the action and prasada buddhi while receiving the karma phala. These are very two important words in this subject. Ishwararpana buddhi while performing actions, before performing actions, while performing actions. Ishwararpana buddhi. I work with the attitude of offering to the Lord, to society, to the nation, whatever, towards some noble cause. It can be anything. And whatever comes, I take it with prasada buddhi. When there is prasada buddhi, there is prasannata. Prasada means prasannata. Prasannata means your mind is tranquil. And Gurudev will know what he says. When the mind is quiet, the intellect becomes bright. When the mind is quiet, the intellect becomes bright. So all, especially students, they need a bright intellect because they have to study so much, gain so much knowledge. But when the mind is disturbed, intellect cannot function. Very important to keep the mind tranquil. This tranquility comes by this change of attitude. The mind is quiet, undisturbed, the intellect is bright, then you can study well, understand well everything. Suppose the class teacher is doing something, explaining something, you are remembering something, said something what somebody said something to you, some event that happened in the morning, at home or yesterday, mind is disturbed because of that memory. Can you listen to the teaching? No. You don't listen at all, your mind is somewhere. So your mind is in yesterday or tomorrow or some event somewhere. So the mind is quiet, the intellect becomes bright. Always remember. And the mind is quieted by prasada buddhi. That prasada is referred to as yajna shishta. Shishta means what remains after yajna. So yajna is Ishwararpita karma. When you do actions with Ishwararpana buddhi, it becomes yajna. Whatever you receive after that, it becomes prasada. Such a mind is a pure, quiet mind. And Gurudev always used to say, mind is man, as the mind, so the man. So if your mind is quiet, you are a very powerful person. If your mind is quiet, not reacting, you are a very powerful person. A person who has a reacting mind is a very weak person. Anybody can disturb him anytime. If you have a reacting mind, all the time upset about so many things, you are a very weak person. Your mind is calm, balanced, you are a very powerful person. You can achieve great things in life. So how to keep the mind calm and balanced? By this attitudinal change. So those who don't have this attitude, he condemns them. He says, Bunjate te agam baba. So these people who don't have this attitude, their minds will be impure. Papa means mental reactions. Their mind will be full of reactions. An impure mind, they will not be able to live happily. They will not be able to perform their duties properly. So now the fourth attitude. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyatanna sambhavaha yajnat bhavati parjanyaha yajnat karma samudbhavaha. Cycle pointed out here. So the fourth attitude is the attitude of dharma. Dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is that which maintains the harmony. Anything which disturbs the harmony is called adharma. Sri Krishna says in the Geeta, whenever there is adharma in the world, I take avatar. Meaning, whenever there is a disturbance of the harmony because of the adharma, take avatar to restore the harmony. So, annat bhavanti, the attitude of dharma. Dharma is harmonious living. See, body, if it is to be healthy, all the organs of the body must cooperate with each other. If all the organs of the body cooperate with each other, serve each other, there is harmony in the body, my body will be healthy. If all the members in the family cooperate with each other, there is harmony in the family and their family will prosper. Similarly, any organization, any factory, there is harmony. Harmonious living is called dharma. Promoting harmony is called dharma. Disturbing the harmony is called adharma. So, Sri Krishna says, there is a harmony in this world. The harmony is, you should take and you should give, then there is harmony. If you only take without giving, then harmony is disturbed. If you only take without giving, the harmony is disturbed. So that cycle is pointed out. On the one hand we take, on the other hand we give. So giving and taking is life. Both should be there. So annat bhavanti bhutani. He says, from food beings are born, beings grow because of food. Bhutani means beings. Parjanyat anna sambhava, and food is produced because of rain. Yajnat bhavati parjanya, and rain will be there only when people lead a life of yajna, a harmonious life of yajna, harmony with nature, harmony with each other. That is called yajna. Yajna karma samudbhava. For yajna to happen, people have to perform their duties, people have to perform actions. So what is the cycle here? The cycle is like this. Take anna. Anna means food. Annat bhavanti bhutani. Bhutani, creatures. Here especially we are talking about human beings. And what do human beings do? They perform karma. And karma leads to yajna. And yajna leads to parjanya, rain. And parjanya produces anna. So that's a cycle. Anna nourishes bhutani. Bhutani perform karma. Karma leads to yajna. Yajna leads to rain. Rain produces food. So there is a cycle in this world. So one has to understand that this cycle is going on in this world, and one has to become part of that cycle. I should not say I am not a part of the cycle. Everybody is a part of this cycle. It's a cosmic cycle. So all of us are part of this cosmic cycle, and each one of us has a role to play. That is the attitude of dharma. You may say, I am not interested in moksha, I am not interested in God. At least have this attitude of dharma. Harmonious living is dharma. Harmony with the cosmic cycle. The cosmic cycle is going on. You play your part in this cycle. So, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Brahmakshara samudbhavam. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma. Nityam yajne pratishtitam. Karma brahmodbhavam. So, one will have a doubt. Does any karma become yajna? No. Sri Krishna says, karma brahmodbhavam. Brahma here means Vedas. So the Vedas have given out how to perform actions, which actions to perform, how that action becomes yajna. So go by the teaching of the scriptures. Veda here can be taken as Bhagavad Gita or any teaching of any Mahatma also. So Veda can be the teaching of a Mahatma. Because you may say, I don't know Veda. You go by the teaching of some Mahatma, live under his guidance, go according to his teaching, that's enough. Or your Gita is enough. So karma brahmodbhavam vidhi means karma becomes yajna when you go according to the teaching of the Vedas or Bhagavad Gita or the teaching of any Mahatma. Brahma akshara samudbhava. And the Vedas have come from God. Akshara means God, imperishable. Here the word akshara means imperishable. Kshara means perishable. Akshara means imperishable. So the Vedas, where did they come from? Where do the scriptures come from? They come from God. So Brahma akshara samudbhavam tasma sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishthitam. Wherever the principles of yajna are being put into practice, the wisdom of the Vedas is there. There is spiritual wisdom. So wherever there is spiritual wisdom, people live the yajna way of life. And such people will be happy, they will be very productive, that society will flourish. That's what Sri Krishna is saying. So the wisdom of the Vedas will lead to a yajna way of life, and that society will flourish. So Brahma here means Veda. So Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. Sarvagatam means the Vedas are all pervasive because Vedas teach us all aspects of life. In Bhagavad Gita itself you will find how to eat, what to eat, everything is given in Bhagavad Gita. How much to sleep, how to sleep, that is also given in Bhagavad Gita. So everything is given. With what attitude to fight, that is also given in Bhagavad Gita. How to fight. Arjuna is told to fight with the right attitude. Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas cover all aspects of life. It's a handbook for daily living. Nityam yajne pratishtitam. Wherever there is yajna, there is the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, there is the wisdom of scriptures like Vedas and other scriptures. So, now next sloka. Evam pravartitam chakram नानुवर्तयति हयः अघायुरिन्द्रियारामः मोहं पार्थ स जीवति एवं expression frog in the well. Frog in the well, you heard? What does it mean? Huh? Frog in the well. We'll say sometimes he is a frog in the well. His thinking is like that of a frog in the well. Meaning his vision is very, very limited. His vision of life, his attitude to the world is very, very limited. He is limited to his own small circle of friends and family. That's all. He doesn't think beyond that. Such persons are called frogs in the well. So the frog in the well doesn't know that there is an ocean, very big ocean. It thinks the well is the biggest thing in the world. So it seems one frog came from the ocean or some other big place and said, the ocean is so big. So the frog jumped from one corner of the well a little bit, 1 foot or something. Is it so big? No, it's much bigger. Then it jumped another foot. Is it so big? No, it's very, very big. Then the frog said, no, nothing can be bigger than this well. Because it doesn't know anything other than the well. So, Sri Krishna is saying, there are some people who don't have this cosmic vision, this cosmic understanding. They are like frogs in the well. They think only of their own selfish pleasures. Ego and selfishness rule their lives. Such people are leading a sinful life. They are leading a sinful life because they are full of ego and selfishness. They don't have the broad vision. They cannot think of the benefit of society as a whole. They cannot think of the nation as a whole. See, whenever Modi takes up a project, he thinks of the nation as a whole. He doesn't think of his family or some small thing. Whereas a very ordinary person will think only of the benefit of his family. Whereas a person like Modi, he will think of the whole nation. Or even somebody may think of the benefit of the whole universe, whole world. They are called international leaders. So, don't be a frog in the well. Have this cosmic vision. Understand this cycle that is going on in the universe and become a part of this cycle. Sri Krishna is telling us in the 16th verse. With this, the 4 attitudes in action have been explained to some extent. Now you have to do your thinking in the workshops that is going to come later. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhagave Asato Ma Sargamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. If you have any doubts, you can pass on the doubt to me in the form of a slip of paper, or you can come to my room and speak to me also, whichever you like. You can talk to me or either give a small chit and you can express your doubt, clear your doubt. You don't have any doubt, either you are perfect or you have not understood anything. Okay? Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, Swamiji. This has been extremely enlightening to have everybody understand the four attitudes of life. And of course, we started with chapter 1, 2, and then came to this. So please make use of this. It is up to you to make use of this teaching and absorb what is being taught and really implement all the learnings here. So with that note, we will break for dinner now. Just one important instruction, 8:55, please assemble at the office area. We will take you to the place where the movie is going to be played. Don't be late, otherwise the night is going to become further late. We all need to catch up with some good sleep before another energizing day tomorrow. So go have your dinner. Today, dinner service is with Buddhi Priya. The Buddhi Priya team, 1 minute. Let all the Buddhi Priya team members first get up and leave.